Not all the great teen flicks are from the 80s and 90s. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 underrated 2010s teen movies.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at underrated or underappreciated films made for or focused on teens and young adults that were released between 2010 and 2019. These are motion pictures that received favorable reviews, but that failed to find a notable audience or break into the mainstream.
Now kneel down.
Please, Jordana, what is this?
Kneel down.
Number 10, Everybody Wants Some.
Hey, I'm just gonna tell you something right now.
Yeah.
I hate pictures, okay? So you and me will be teammates, but we're not gonna be friends or anything like that. Might give you some kind of edge if I gotta face you down the line in pro ball, if you ever make it there. I'm just not gonna do that.
All right.
Everybody Wants Some is yet another great production by Richard Linklater that didn't get the same attention as some of his other films. The comedy follows a small group of college baseball players, and the talented cast includes the likes of Zoe Deutsch, Blake Jenner, and Wyatt Russell. Linklater considers this movie to be a spiritual sequel to both his Dazed and Confused and Boyhood movies, as both share similar themes and ideas.
It's not about the ingredients. It's about the way the ingredients make you feel. The experience. That's why I say, indulge in temptation. I'm not watching. Are you serious? Oh!
It's a very sweet coming-of-age story, and it has an incredible classic rock soundtrack featuring The Knack, Blondie, and Van Halen, among many others. Everybody Wants Some beautifully and nostalgically captures the joy of youth, all while being quite true to life and merrily whimsical. Basically, it's Dazed and Confused for a new generation.
Dude, look at you, man. You want to talk? I actually don't think that much. I actually don't think at all. I just, I talk a lot.
Number 9, It's Kind of a Funny Story. And now for something a little more downcast.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just screwed the pooch in my interview. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm over it.
Really?
Not really, I'm just zonked out of that event.
Hey, where'd you get that ice cream?
Mr. Softy across the street.
It's Kind of a Funny Story is, well, kind of funny, but it's also a serious delve into topical and sensitive themes like teen suicide and depression. The story concerns Keir Gilchrist's character Craig, a suicidal teenager who admits himself to a psychiatric facility. There he meets a bunch of like-minded individuals, including Noelle, played by Emma Roberts, and Bobby, played by Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe we could go together.
Oh, Well.
It's a touching story about the possibility of happiness and the subtle joys of life, and each cast member beautifully captures their characters' complexities, especially the surprisingly great Galifianakis.
Yeah, I just don't want to get people's expectations up and then disappoint them later.
That's it. You're pragmatic. That's what you tell them.
Okay, yeah. Right?
Yeah, no, you're gonna do great.
Thanks.
Number 8, Attack the Block.
Them things are pure coming down.
They're the same as what? As what hit that car before, fam.
Trust. Nah, more of them nasty little gremlins.
Aye, it's raining golems. Bear creatures.
Hey, that one landed in the park, fam. Close.
Lovely fireworks.
Nah, mate, it's an alien invasion.
Attack the Block was produced by Edgar Wright's frequent collaborator Naira Park, whose Big Talk Pictures has also produced Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Hey, you're here.
Yes, like you said.
You know your hair?
I know of it.
It's all blue.
I change my hair every week and a half to get used to it.
Starring John Boyega, Jodie Whittaker, and Nick Frost, Attack the Block tells the story of a teenage street gang caught in the middle of a violent alien invasion. It received glowing reviews from critics, many of whom singled out the deft blend of genres and the confidence of first-time director Joe Cornish. If you're a fan of Edgar Wright's work, you owe it to yourself to watch Attack the Block.
What, hi-hats is here?
Yeah, he's in the wait room. Come on.
Number 7, Dope.
I be seeing you and your little friends with y'all flat tops and MC Hammer pants, riding around and shit looking like y'all came out of the DeLorean or some shit. What's up with that shit anyway?
You know, the 90s, it's like the golden age of hip-hop.
As weird as it is to think, we can thank Pharrell and Sean Puff Daddy Combs for Dope. They co-executive produced this coming-of-age movie about an intelligent geek with lofty aspirations who's forced to navigate the mean streets of Inglewood. The film features a wonderful cast, including the magnificent breakout star Shamik Moore and an assured writer-director in Rick Famuyiwa. He keeps the pace persistent and the story enjoyable, and he somehow manages to strike an intriguing balance between hood dramas like Menace to Society and the warm John Hughes flicks of the 80s to make Dope his own.
What if I helped you study? And what if you passed the GED? Would you go with me then?
I'll think about it.
It was a risky proposition, but it paid off in a unique and spectacular fashion.
After all these years, you can call me N-word, and I can't say it.
Yo, look, we already went over this. I'll have to slap the shit out of you again. I don't want to do that.
Number 6, The Diary of a Teenage Girl.
I heard you got put on academic probation. You might get kicked out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't care. I want to be an artist anyway, so school is essentially pointless for me.
The Diary of a Teenage Girl was one of the most critically acclaimed films of 2015. The rather unconventional story sees Belle Powley playing 15-year-old Minnie, who loses her virginity to her mother's boyfriend.
Will you take my picture?
Why?
Please. I just want to see.
It's certainly a gutsy storyline to follow, but the way it uses confidence and intelligence to address young female sexuality is mature and entirely welcoming. While other, more commercial films may avoid such touchy topics, The Diary of a Teenage Girl puts its protagonist's needs, desires, and fears front and center, and it thankfully avoids the pitfalls of a story like this one.
I feel so awkward and ugly and naive and lonely.
I know how you feel.
I have no friends. I don't want to go to school ever again. Nobody loves me. Maybe I should kill myself.
Nah, alienation is good for your art.
It's just a real movie about genuine people and relatable feelings, and it's all performed with nuance and shot with beautiful camera work. Number 5, The Kings of Summer.
You okay, Fatty?
No. No, I'm not. I'm really nervous. We're really doing this, huh?
Yes, we are.
I've never done anything like this, Joe. It's starting to freak me out.
Well, neither have I. Kind of the point.
The Kings of Summer doesn't do anything particularly new, but it definitely succeeds at everything it attempts. The comedy drama sees 3 older teenagers growing frustrated with their well-meaning but obtuse parents and venturing into the woods to live off the land. It's reminiscent of Stand By Me, and that's certainly not a bad thing.
We have water, shelter. We can put a balanced meal on the table. I mean, we answer to no one. We're men.
Just now? Just happened?
Just happened, man. You didn't say.
The performances are natural and entertaining, particularly that of Nick Offerman as a sarcastic single father, and the cinematography adds a delicate and expansive touch. It makes the woods seem like a perfect oasis, a sanctuary of happiness and the alleviation of worry. Of course, it's not that simple, and The Kings of Summer explores its concept with wonderful complexity and depth.
What do you mean? I'm saying I want to be alone. Go away.
Number 4, Submarine.
My parents have not had sex for 7 months. I've been monitoring their intimacy via the dimmer switch in their bedroom. I know when they've been at it because the next morning the dial will be set to halfway.
Submarine stars Craig Roberts as Oliver Tate, a frustrated teenager who pursues a potential romantic partner named Jordana.
Okay. Now take out the diary and write today's date. Write a few paragraphs on how excited you are to have kissed me. Make sure you mention what a dick Mark Pritchard is and slag off Abby sluts.
Meanwhile, he grows increasingly concerned about the state of his parents' marriage and attempts to thwart a possible fling between his mother and the kooky Graham, played by a mesmerizing Paddy Considine. Submarine is a quirky little comedy drama, complete with a few stylistic flourishes like narration, fancy camera work, and rapid editing. It also treats all of its characters with respect and nuance, avoiding the usual teen comedy cliches and archetypes. It was never destined to be a major hit, but it's a lovely way to spend 97 minutes.
How are things with Jordana?
Fine.
You ever going to let us meet her?
I don't think so. Maybe if you get terminal illness.
So things are serious between you two? Because it may seem like a big deal now, but it probably won't matter much when you're my age.
I'm 38.
Just be careful.
I always use condoms.
Number 3, The Way, Way Back.
These don't have any mesh, so you're basically going commando. Watch City and your junk will fall out. Found that out the hard way at a birthday party.
And like that, you're impressed and grossed out.
Bye, Louis. Bye.
After floundering in development for years, The Way Back was finally produced and distributed by Fox Searchlight following the success of similar indie flicks like Juno and Little Miss Sunshine. Liam James stars as Duncan, a 14-year-old who is dragged to a beach house in Cape Cod with his mother and her critical boyfriend. The movie is packed to the gills with stars, including Toni Collette, Allison Janney, a marvelous Sam Rockwell, and Steve Carell, who goes against type by playing an enormous jerk.
If it didn't matter, they wouldn't put it in the directions.
We can fudge the rule.
You know what? Okay. All right, if we're gonna play this way, is I'm just going like that. All the way past molasses swamp, and I win. I win. No rules.
The comedy drama isn't that different from others out there, but it stands out for being filled with hilarity, humane situations, and a remarkable cast.
Your shirt's inside out.
Come on, how sexy does authority look on me? Yeah, you love it.
Number 2, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
Rachel's been diagnosed with leukemia. They just found out.
Your test was today.
Ugh, Tess, I've been there. Oh, God.
The plot of Me and Earl and the Dying Girl may sound familiar. A shy outcast named Greg rekindles a childhood friendship with Rachel, who has recently been diagnosed with leukemia. Only 1 year earlier, The Fault in Our Stars, another teen romance centered around cancer, made enormous waves at the box office, and this 2015 film looked to be capitalizing on its success. However, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl tended to avoid sentimentality and melodrama, instead relying on dry and awkward humor to tell its tender story.
It's a war movie where these two guys take part in the unspeakable brutality of war, and then they find a box of tulips. Box lips, yeah, and they're just, wow, they can't get over how great these tulips are. It's like a box of lips, wow. The worst part is tulips might not even be in the budget anymore.
But while its focus is primarily on comedy, it still finds time to explore its rich thematic material with the necessary amount of maturity. Winner of both the Grand Jury Prize and Audience Award for U.S. Drama at Sundance, this movie is a treasure.
Are you going?
No, of course not.
You should go.
No way. Have you seen me in a tux? It's like when they make a dog wear human clothes.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few other movies that didn't get the attention they deserved.
Do you guys masturbate?
No.
No.
What? That's gross.
Really? You've never, touched yourself down there?
Well, maybe I straddled the couch.
Only when I can't
once.
sleep. Well, it says here that women should flick the bean as much as the guys do.
How could you guys not tell me this whole time that I was your duff? Or what? Your designated ugly fat friend? Yeah. Wesley told me everything.
Honey, wake up. It's almost 11. Aubrey?
Yeah, I'll be out in a minute.
Mas esses grandes dramas, esses grandes amores, nas nossas férias nunca acontece.
E com quem que você imagina o seu grande amor? É você que diz que na nossa sala só tem sapo.
Não precisa ser um príncipe também, né?
Excuse me. Oh, what? Oh. What?
Missed ya.
I missed you. I missed you so much.
Been one night.
Are we gonna go to school or?
Nope. I don't think we are.
Nope, we're just gonna stay here.
Number 1, Sing Street.
And you're gonna use somebody else's art to get her? Are you kidding?
We're just starting. We need to learn how to play.
Did the Sex Pistols know how to play? You don't need to know how to play. Who are you, Steely Dan? You need to learn how not to play, Connor. That's the trick. That's rock and roll. And that takes practice.
Sing Street was written and directed by John Carney, the same man who gave us the magnificent musical Once. And, like Once, Sing Street concerns itself with the wonderful joys and expressions of music. It follows Cosmo Lawler, a teenager who starts a band to impress an attractive wannabe model.
And my ma's in and out of hospital.
Why?
She's a nurse.
All right.
No, she's manic depressive.
So, happy, sad.
As you may expect, the movie is filled with phenomenal music, both original and licensed from iconic 80s bands like Duran Duran, Hall & Oates, and The Cure. In between the fantastic musical segments is a touching story with an enormous heart, and more than enough jokes to keep things entertaining. It's one of the most delightful and enchanting films of the decade, and arguably the best teen movie of its time.
You can go anywhere. You gotta grab the wheel and own it. Drive it like you stole it. Roll it, this is your life. You can be anything. You gotta learn to rock and roll it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.